Hello, my country people. Welcome back to the news. Guys, you would be shocked. Some lawmakers actually sold their souls for peanuts. They sold their souls for chicken change. It was uncovered that cash was distributed at the Senate President Godswill Akpabio's guest house on Tuesday and Wednesday night just to secure lawmakers' support for President Bola Tinubu's declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers. Sources privy to the matter told Sahara reporters that Akpabio's guest house was the venue where the money was handed out. And according to the sources, about 42 senators received the sum of $10,000 each on Wednesday night, while 45 senators were also given $5,000 US dollars each on Tuesday night, just to influence the approval of the controversial emergency rule in Rivers. You can imagine. Even key Labour Party senators like Senator Victor Ome and Senator Nidia Imasue were among key figures involved in organizing this payout. And these guys were the only Labour Party senators present at the both events. So even opposition political party senators also partaked in this bribery. And the venue was the Senate President's guest house. They called them and they shared money for them. No wonder they all approved. No wonder they approved to President Tinubu's declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers. Because according to the Constitution, the National Assembly must give nod and a two-thirds of the House must approve. And what did we see? All of them approved. The Senate approved. The National Assembly, they all approved. Guys, what is really going on? Majority of the senators approved, but some persons did not really approve because, according to one particular senator, a particular lawmaker that stood up, he was demanding for a vote count per head. He was demanding for a head count vote. And some few lawmakers who wanted to speak up were not allowed to speak. They were not allowed to speak, while some also challenged the process through which they achieved that two-third approval. So my country people, what is really going on? Even the opposition, they no longer have a voice. Guys, I think things are really, going wrong in this country. Everything is turning upside down. This follows President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's declaration of a state of emergency, which also led to the 6-month suspension of the Rivers State Governor Sim Fubara and his deputy Mrs. Ngozi Odu and the House of Assembly members. To an extent, it was said that money was shared to them. It was said that Wike allegedly provided money for Akpabio as they met yesterday. Wike allegedly provided money to Akpabio, and over $3 million US dollars was provided when Wike met with Akpabio. And Akpabio invited some senators and they started sharing this money. President Tinubu, according to him, declared a state of emergency, citing the escalating political instability, security concerns, including the recent pipeline vandalism that threatened the nation's oil production. This declaration then led to the suspension of Governor Similayo Fubara, his deputy, all members of the State House of Assembly for 6 months, and to assume administrative control during this period, Tinubu then appointed a retired Vice Admiral, Ibok Eti Ibas, as the state administrator. In accordance with constitutional provisions, the President's declaration required approval from the National Assembly. And both chambers, both the Senate, the House of Reps, they all gave Tinubu approval. Nobody said, no. They all nodded to Tinubu's approval. My God, where are we heading to in this country? To an extent, opposition lawmakers do not have a voice anymore. Who is going to save this country from this impending doom that is about to wipe off this country? No wonder. In a recent interview, this Arise TV presenter Rufai, Rufai was so pissed at Peter Obi. He warned Peter Obi and he even blamed him that Peter Obi could not call opposition his lawmakers to order. The few Labour Party lawmakers that were in the Senate, that Peter Obi couldn't call them to order. Even the PDP. But the PDP also made a statement that they were not in support of what happened in Rivers. They were not in support of the unconstitutional declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They released the statement. Other opposition parties released the statement. So why is it that after they released that statement, their lawmakers, they couldn't call their lawmakers and tell them, no, nobody should comply to this? Or is there something they are not telling us? Because this plan, this cooked up plan is a higher political scheme. This is a big political conspiracy against Governor Fubara. Even the PDP, they could not do anything. The Labour Party, they could not do anything. What is really going on in Nigeria? Instead of Tinubu to declare a state of emergency in states like Zamfara, in states like Sokoto, Katsina, Benue, Borno, where blood flow like water on a daily basis, Tinubu, because of the greed of one man, went ahead and grabbed Rivers State. I'm sure they finally gotten hold of Rivers. This is the battle for the soul of Rivers State, and Tinubu has won. Wike has won. What can we say? The House of Assembly, the Senate, they've been bought. The judiciary is no longer what we think it is. The judiciary has been bought over. The police has been bought over. INEC chairman bought over. I think these guys now control everything. This is a dangerous precedent, to our democracy. This is a rape of democracy in Nigeria. Even Peter Obi, before the National Assembly approved the declaration, Peter Obi appealed that they should not allow what Tinubu said to stand. But here we have it. It is so shameful that even opposition lawmakers, their hands are tied in this case. All of them, they kept quiet. So my country people, make una come shook mouth for this matter. All right-thinking members in this country, opposed the illegality that occurred 2 days back when Tinubu declared a state of emergency in Rivers. I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comment section. Thank you.